Good afternoon, my kings, queens, and trolls of YouTube. This is your girl, Queen C, and I have an Ask Queen C today, but I first want to let y'all know that my ass is hungry. I am starving. I'm sorry. But I just need y'all to understand that and feel that with me for a second. I'm trying to eat healthier. This morning I had a strawberry banana smoothie, and for lunch in about 20 minutes I'm going to have a bowl full of sauteed vegetables. I really want some meat and potatoes, a Danish, a piece of cake, a piece of pie, something that's gonna stick to my ribs. But I'm trying to eat better, and it's a struggle. But either way, let me go ahead and jump into this this Ask Queen C. Dear Queen C, I'm really confused and I could use some advice. I'm 24 and I moved away from home about 6 months ago, and I share an apartment with my fiance. We met in college and have been together for almost 3 years. I was living with my mom before I moved out. My fiance and I had plans to save, get married, and then move in together. But once we became engaged, my mom started acting crazy. She did things to try to control me and ruin my relationship. She would tell me my fiance is cheating on me, he hates her, he doesn't want us to have a relationship, and that he's trying to keep me away from my family. None of that is true. He and I are both extremely busy. We both go to school and we have full-time jobs. We usually don't have much time for each other outside of the weekends because of our schedules. My mom blames not seeing me anymore on him. She wants me to come over alone every Sunday for dinner without my fiance. When I try to tell her how I feel, she'll say that I don't love her, or she'll ask, why do I hate her? Should I just give in to my mother and have dinner with her every Sunday? I told my fiance about it. He thought, and though he was supportive, he did think it was a bit demanding. I know he doesn't want to cause issues between me and my mom, because even when I told him, he didn't bother to bring up the fact that usually Sundays are all we have to spend together, since he works most Saturdays. A friend of mine suggested maybe talking to my mom to see if one Sunday a month will work, and my mom spazzed out saying, oh yeah, put your mother who took care of you and raised you on a calendar for one Sunday a month. That's great. I would really appreciate your opinion, Sarah. Sarah, I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I can relate to those type of people. I had 2 of those people in my family, whereas if you weren't doing what they wanted you to do when they wanted you to do it, you didn't love them, or that you hated them for whatever reason. They never looked at the things that you've done in the past as confirmation of your love and your support. It's always like you're only as good as you're currently doing when you're doing for somebody. But either way, I will say this, I understand what it's like. My daughter, she's 20. She goes to college. She works. She has to have time to study. She has to have time for herself, her friends and all that kind of stuff. So I get it. I know you don't have a lot of time in your week because you're busy, and you've probably taken on more for the fact that you've had to move out due to your mom trying to cause strife in your relationship. So now you probably have even less time than you had before when you were living at home, because at least your mom at that point got to see you, and you could go to school and go to work, but she would still see you every day. Now she's not seeing you much because you have to devote a lot more energy into surviving and going to school. It seems like you and your fiance had a great plan. You wanted to save, you wanted to do things in the right order, but you just had to get out of there. I get it and I understand. And I will say this, you're engaged, you getting married, and you have to start establishing some boundaries. It sounds like your mom is a narcissist. It sounds like she's gonna give you pure D hell throughout your relationship and your marriage. So you need to start establishing boundaries now. Every Sunday, for you to come over there and her saying that it has to be without your fiance is disrespectful. You guys are going to be one, and you have to start establishing a united front. She cannot make you alienate your fiance. Now I'm sure your fiance probably doesn't want to go over there. Shit, I feel the same way about my own mother-in-law. I don't want to go over there. I don't want to be bothered with her. I don't even want to talk to her. So I understand, but I still am encourage my husband to go ahead and have a relationship and go visit his parents and all that kind of stuff, because those are his relationships. I don't have to be in those relationships. But if me and my husband have plans, or we have something to do, he's not going to not follow through with our plans or follow through with us spending time together just so he could go over there, because he puts his family first. And you and your fiance, when you guys get married, you guys are going to have to put each other first. So I'm not telling you to slight your fiance by doing anything. What I'm telling you to do is establish some boundaries and show a united front with your fiance, and show your mother that you guys are one. Do not allow her to disrespect him. Do not allow her to cause you to alienate him, because that's going to be your life partner. As far as the one Sunday a month, I think that that's very nice. I think that that's fair. If you can swing that, I think that that's fair. Or even, you said that your fiance, he works some Saturdays and stuff like that. Maybe, stopping by there on a Saturday or something like that. But what I will say is this: you need to have one more conversation with your mom, and you need to explain to her, this is who you're going to marry, this is what you're going to do, and you're going to need her to accept that and respect it. Because if she can't, and all she's going to do is be a toxic person in your life, you may end up having to walk away from your mom for a while until she gets it. And trust me, I've had to do some of those things too, because sometimes people need to get a taste of the bigger picture of you moving on, and understand that you have somebody now. Like, I cannot, as a parent of two daughters, I look forward to my daughters moving on, getting married, and starting a family, so me and my husband can run around the house butt naked and have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look forward to my children getting out the house and living their lives. Like, that's their destiny. That's what they're supposed to do. We're supposed to put our spouses first, because we are the ones that are supposed to be together until death do us part, live together, and stay together. Our children are meant to leave. They leave by design so that they can find that one that they want to spend the rest of their lives with, and have their own families. And we take special times and special occasions to make time for each other, but I cannot, as my daughter's mom, be demanding of their time when they're trying to start their own life and build their own futures and careers and stuff. I can't put those kind of demands on my children. And when you have parents and people that do those kind of things, it's something wrong with them. They're missing something in their own lives, because if they were fulfilled in other areas of their life, they would respect the fact that our children do have to branch out on their own and make their own way. Your mom doesn't seem to be respecting that. So again, my advice to you is this: set up some boundaries. Talk to your mom. I understand it's going to be hard, because sometimes talking to a narcissist is like talking to a brick wall. Trust me, I've been there on numerous occasions, my God. And I have finally just straight cut the person off, because I couldn't take it no more. They need to get help. Your mom may need to see somebody. You never mentioned if your mom was married or not, so I don't know if you got a dad in the home to if she has somebody in the home that's going to put her first, or whatever the case may be. But you can't feel bad for that. If your mom doesn't have a husband, she doesn't date, she doesn't have any friends or any, these are all choices that she's made for her own life. If she chose to put all her eggs in your basket and live through you and all that kind of stuff, that's her own fault, and that's her own problem. I can't tell you not to feel bad, because I would feel bad if it was my mom, but at the same time, I'm not going to allow feeling bad to stop me from living my life. I'm not going to do that, because we only get one life, and we should be able to enjoy it. If we work hard, we should be able to enjoy our lives. You and your fiance, talk, reassure him that you guys are good and you appreciate his support, and let your mom know he supports you and you and your mom having a relationship. But the disrespect and the tearing you guys apart and the cause of strife on your relationship is going to have to stop, or you're going to have to move on without her. Say it nicely, say it respectfully, try your best to get her to understand. And if your words do not get through to her, maybe time will get through to her. Okay? That's basically the advice I have for you. I hope it helped. I hope it helps anybody else that's having, similar issues, because God knows, I know it's a lot of people out there experiencing this crap. You guys want to email me? Of course, you can email me at queenchrisshonda@gmail.com. Like me on Facebook at the Queen C-HIve. And you can also follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter at Queen Chrishonda. Peace.